And alright, and we're off. So it looks like Akisto got the disco jump, where Mario's jump animation is up only on for 1 frame, so you get the disco pose. This one too is basically just hold right and jump. Not too hard. Runners of this caliber should be able to get through this level without any issues. This next level is actually decently difficult. This first jump is a 6-frame window, followed by 2 5-frame windows, which is a pretty big gate for newer runners. Fortunately though, these 2 runners know what they're doing and pass it quite nicely. So it's interesting to note here that the brown platforms turn clockwise or to the right while you're running on them, so it is advantageous to run on them as long as you possibly can. You can save a maximum of 3 frames per platform you run on, which is enough to squeeze out a 259 on the timer, as opposed to 258. This level is the first application, and probably the only application you can see in this run of a shell jump. And neither of them got it, but what you can do in that level is jump off that shell mid-air and save a 1/4 second. Ickes Castle is also a pretty tough room to optimize. Honestly, Akisto took a pretty decent. Akisto took the top net at the end. It's faster to grab the net at the bottom instead. It's also a tad riskier. But both of them got 280s, which is slightly suboptimal, but still very respectable. And that's row 1. Sten had a rather suboptimal fight, which led him to lose 1 game second. But it should not make any difference in the grand scheme of things. I'm ready to enter the door in full speed. It is 3 frames to enter door at full speed. 3 frames. So, in Super Mario World, there is a very infamous power-up called the Cape Feather, which with enough timing and skill, you can fly without ever touching the ground, as opposed to, say, the Raccoon Suit in Mario 3, where you have to land eventually to taking flight again. I'm gonna grab this shell in the dry room here. And what that does is, holding an item underwater allows your speed underwater to be about doubled. And Akisto gets 252 and so does Sten. That are two very good Double Secret ones. The text is in Japanese because it is the faster version by about 21 seconds. Sten has a little bit of trouble getting up to the top. Doing a ghost house. But it does get up there without getting hit, which is always nice. So, it seems like Akisto is doing the early ghost house route, as opposed to his signature route. Which means that it'll be a lot more easier to compare the two. Where do the 21 seconds come from? Okay, so you save, it is 16 frames every save box because the box is smaller, and you save 3 seconds for every switch palace because it takes, for some reason, it takes longer to go away at the end in US. So yeah, 96 exits means that you beat every level in every intended way. It's kind of like 100%, only we don't use that term in this game, because it is kind of ambiguous, because the game doesn't use percentages. So anyway, they're both going to enter the big boo fight here. Yes, it does include Star World and Extra or Special World. There is a category called Lunar Dragon, which includes the Dragon Coins and the Moons, but some people would argue that that is not 100% because it does not save those upon a soft reset. It's really just a big argument, so we just avoid it altogether by holding it 96 exit. They'll do special about half an hour into the run. What is not allowed? Yeah, Orb Glitch is not allowed. Cloud Glitch is not allowed. And arbitrary code execution is not allowed. So as it stands, Akisto is a few seconds ahead of Sten, but nothing a simple slip up can't overturn. You also notice that they are not doing all the levels yet. That is because after Special Worlds, the game dumps you off at Yoshi's house, and so then you do the rest of the exits at that point. We also didn't do Yoshi's Island 1 in the yellow switch, because when you are in Cape Flight, you move faster than if you are running by a slight amount. And that actually does add up to about 3 seconds per level, which really does turn out to be minutes. Doesn't once you have an extra Dragon Coin. Yes, there are coins with there are multiple Dragon Coins. Yes, there are. I believe Tubular has 6, but you only need 5 because that's when they all despawn afterwards. So they're gonna get Yoshi in this level. You'll see why in about 2 minutes or so. Akisto gets the moon, but loses his P-speed. I still lose him a little bit of time, not too much. Yeah, one level only has 1 Dragon Coin, so they cannot despawn. That is Chuck's secret. There's only 1 coin at the very end. So Morton's Castle is a essentially very difficult level, actually. You have to have a certain point of mastery of the cape to be able to keep your speed throughout the beginning of this room. Ooh, Akisto stumbles a little bit on that little edge there, but he doesn't make cycle, as does Sten. Keep our Fire Flower and switch to it here because 2 fireballs on a stomp is the fastest way to kill a boss. World 3 is pretty infamous for being reset heavy in this category because of 2 tricks in particular, one of which we'll see in about 20 seconds from Akisto. So we'll explain this real quick. So we're going to grab a Buzzy Shell, duplicate the turn block up by kicking it up at a certain pixel. Ooh, Akisto lost his cape. So anyway, you're gonna duplicate the turn block up into the Dragon Coin, then you collect the Dragon Coin, and Sten lost cape too, but as I was trying to say, you will duplicate the turn block into the Dragon Coin, collect the Dragon Coin, and then duplicate the invisible block that the turn block was on to the right, and that will get you the secret exit, the wings that will get you the normalness of the level. Words are hard. You can do that in the US version. You cannot do that in the advanced version, though. So Akisto is going his left route. I believe he's just gonna keep going on this route. Sten is going for fast red switch for the bands. That really doesn't save much time, but it's really cool to watch. Yeah, I did not mention that Sten did not jump on the red switch. And you do see that Akisto is deciding to go through Star World. This is an interesting thing I don't think I've seen before. He's getting another Yoshi, so he can use it to get wings. I've definitely never seen that strategy used before in a race. Interesting. Kisto has a lot of his own strats that no one else really uses or sees. It's really interesting to see. We get to see Kisto try for his wings, and he gets a very solid pair of wings. Remember though, Akisto did do 2 exits that Stan will have to do later, so it's not as far behind as it seems. See if Akisto gets his Yoshi clip here. He does get the clip. That clip is very difficult. Good to see that we have that. Now, Kisto can have his chance at the Yump. This is the normal red switch strategy, which loses maybe a half second or so, if not a full second. But we'll see if we get a Yump here. Nope, no Yumps. 0 for 2. Meanwhile, Stan has Vanilla Zone 3. This is a really fun level to watch, especially if he does a certain strategy that may or may not be seen here. He is not doing it. So basically, what you can do here is he's gonna keep Yoshi and P-Speed through this section, bouncing the Blarg to get that. But furthermore, what he's going to do is keep P-Speed through the entire level. But what you can do even faster is you can skip the ramp altogether by dismounting against stealing and flying, keep jumping well on Yoshi, which is a pretty involved strategy and takes a lot of practice to get consistent at, but it is very cool to watch and it is much faster than Blarg Skip. So yeah, I believe Kisto is just going to revert to his own route, which means that we will not see a convergence until the very end of the run, the last 5 minutes, unfortunately. Kisto's route does an early Force of Illusion, which makes the rest of the Yoshi clips earlier in the run, although it does lose about 10 seconds to Overworld. Maybe closer to 8, but in that area. Sten does get the cycle skip, which is to be expected from a runner like him. Super Mario World does get a pretty bad reputation for being too cheesy with all the flying over levels, but if you do the calculations, that there's actually a smaller amount of flyovers than it really seems. Maybe a quarter to a third of the levels are just true flyovers. Others have some sort of element, or just don't allow it altogether. So Sten's coming up on a very difficult level, and it's not just hold right and jump. Very good from Sten. But, well, meanwhile, Akisto is in Rubber Bridge 1, which is a 2-minute long auto-scroller, which is very exciting. I believe that trick is in the Nintendo Power magazine, actually. There are visual categories that ban feathers. We just simply call them no cape. Cape are actually my favorite categories because they're more strict platforming. Akisto gets the Vines Wag, which comes from duplicating the 1-up block to the right. So Akisto is going on a Butter Bridge 2, which is a flyover, and Sten is moving on after this level to Soda Lake, which is probably the hardest water level in the game. So Akisto is entering Castle 4, which is a very interesting level. Let's see what he does. He does switch to fire in the second room, because most runners find this room easier to no cape than to cape. And having fire here does save a lot of time in the boss fight, about 14 seconds. That background is actually just another object, like invisible dirt. And no, it does not use any other level. I don't believe anyway. So while Kisso heads into the forest, Stan is cleaning up Star World, and then we'll head into Special World. Kisto will actually save Special World until the end of the run. And Kissel's gonna try his forest wings here. Yeah, unfortunately, that was a 2 in 5 chance that he got a P-balloon. That he do it just up instead of up into the left. Or just to the left. If it goes to the left at all, it will spawn Yoshi wings, just like in Vanilla Dome 1. Which will save about 8 seconds or so. So Kitzel's first set of forest Yoshi clips is coming up. He did not get into the wall. He does get kicked out. That is just the game saying no. Unfortunately. So this clip is slightly random. Is there any benefit in the different routes? So Sten's route is faster. Sten's route is the fastest route. Akisto's route does the... Akisto's route does the first... Yoshi wings and the clip, and then turns around and does top bridge. Goes to forest and does the Yoshi clips. So that's the random factor for the run get done early. It's about 8 seconds lower, but it is more consistent to reset on. Akisto does not jump on the blue switch. Sten's having a little bit of trouble with the zips. So let's see if Akisto does not do the insanely difficult clip here. There is a very risky and difficult clip in this level of Forest Ghost House that saves a handful of seconds that involves damage boosting and then clipping through the corner of the ceiling so you can get to the top door faster. I'm pretty sure it's pixel perfect. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's pixel perfect, and also defends the sub-pixels. Okay, so gets his second set of clips here. He does get the first try this time, which is what you want to see. So now Akisto is done with his Yoshi clips for the run. But Sten still has the forced clips to do, which is the appeal of Akisto's route. He does them earlier. So Sten is about to enter Special World. I think most of the casual players of this chat will be quite shocked at how effortlessly this Special World is rocked. So the first thing we're going to do is gnarly wings. Just the same Yoshi wing setup, only you don't need to dupe it to the side at all. The way the block works is that it is depending on the exposition of the block. And it just so happens to be on the right exposition for wings. Same concept for here. If you do a P-Blue block to the left, you get Yoshi wings. If you do a key block to the right, you get Yoshi wings. So... yeah, all the ghost houses have sticker niches except for Vanilla Ghost House and Chocolate Ghost House. So Sten is setting up for awesome Reznor kill, but does not get the double tongue. That is a setup for spawning a set of Reznors in this level and then killing them, which saves time and also looks really cool. But he'll have one more chance at a boss kill in the next level, in Groovy, where he can spawn a normal, like, end-of-world boss. A correction mythical, it's in every intended way. So he does get... Ooh, hello. Does not get his Groovy boss kill either. Hopefully we see Akisto get a boss kill, because Sten doesn't have chances. There are shenanigans with exits, such as getting a secret exit in Special World, and beating Yoshi's house. Sten's choosing to go back into Groovy for a cape to fly over the rest of Special World. A reasonable choice, for sure. Meanwhile, Akisto is in Forest Fortress. I haven't focused on him in a while. But this is... That room is one of my favorites in the entire game. I mean, followed by another Reznor boss. Flawless. There are 104 estics that I've gotten with RTA. 104. So Sten's flying over Outrageous, while Akisto's flying over Forest Illusion 4. Bit of a dead area here. You are watching a 96 exit playthrough of Super Mario World. You get more exits. You can orb Yoshi's house. You can orb front door, you can orb back door. You can get glitched exits in Circle 5, Valley Bowser 4. Forest Illusion 4 and Chocolate Island 5, and you can get the secret exit of Funky. There are categories like that. If you go to speedrunner.com/SMW, there are plenty of no-cape categories here. An exit is a way to finish a level. Top Secret cannot be orbed, and even if it could, it would not give an exit. There are two screens because there are two people playing. And that is a beautiful Roy Fly from Akisto flying through Castle 5 like it's nothing. And Sten is back in World 1, picking up the extra exits that he missed the first time through. In a way, yes, but there are some exits that can be beaten twice. Some levels that can be beaten twice. There's 70 some odd levels, and some of them are beaten twice. Did you want just one hit Roy Koopa? What you can do is you can hit him with 2 fireballs and 1 jump, and that kills him. That was the fastest way to kill a boss. Kisto's gonna set up for the pipe fly here, and Sten didn't jump, but Akisto is setting up. He's gonna spin fly into the pipe, so that when he exits, he's gonna be in flight with a higher speed than he is intended to have. Sten is going back to Donut Plains 1 to pick up his exits. They're playing on a Super Nintendo, or Super Famicom. Akisto does have a bit of a hiccup in Chocogo's house, but he is going to get through and do the second hop. Very nice. So it Sten's overworld palette. So after you beat Special World, the overworld gets different colors, and some enemies get different sprites. That has to do with beating Special World. It's hard to say, Howie, because there are different routes, but if I had to guess, Sten is in the lead. Because of Kisto's hiccup in World 3. How would you feel if I told you that it was beaten under 6 minutes, Katana? So, spin flying into the pipe in Donut Plains 2 lets you take off out of the pipe, definitely. So, Kisto just finished the first room of Chocolate Secret, which can troll you sometimes. And this is Sten's third non-yump. We have not gotten any yumps. And yes, both players are on console. Sten gets to try the auto scroller again, for the normal exit. Any level with a red dot means they can be beaten twice. Yump means that, yeah, Yump is when you take a one-frame jump off of a Switch Palace switch. It's a reference to I think it was a Swedish streamer, that his accent made it sound like he said Yump instead of jump, and the name just stuck. Me? No, I am not. I just made this account a long time ago, when I was young. So now Sten goes back into his World 3 to take the left and top route that Akisto took at the beginning. Meanwhile, Akisto, ooh, Sten got the red-black thing. That's a precise takeoff there. But Akisto is doing his Chocolate Island 3, which is probably the hardest flyover in the game, due to two pipes that guard the ceiling. So, Akisto is about to enter Chocolate Fortress, which is, in my opinion, definitely one of probably the top 5 hardest levels in the game. He starts with the left scroll. Right? Okay. That was a beautiful room 1. That was a very beautiful room 1 from Akisto. As for that, Joe, my best estimate is that Sten is ahead, but it's hard to say for sure. Akisto has his third set of Resnors. Meanwhile, Sten is going through his top bridge, which is full of flyovers. The calm before the storm, so to speak, of Forest of Illusion. Well, they turn into Mario faces because they beat Special World. As for why it's Mario faces, I do not know. So Akisto's taking Yoshi into World 7 for the last set of Yoshi wings that he needs in World 7. that skips a pretty long pseudo-auto scroller and does provide some safety in some levels. Invariably, we will not see the sync of the two runners until the very end, the last 5 minutes or so. These are not pre-recorded, these are both live runs. Ooh, Akisto with a risky as heck hit there. Akisto always takes his own special route that no one else really uses. It's just his own little thing. Again, I would like to guess that Sten's winning, but I don't think there's any real way to know. So thankfully for Sten, there is a extra question mark block with a cape in it, because he lost his in the previous level. So the only progress only time he actually lost from that cape is the power of animations. So Akisto is falling down the Tucking Ghost ship. This level is an homage to a wrecked SMB-3 airship, as shown by the orb. That is usually dropped by Boom Boom. Anyway. On to Valley Bowser 1, which is my personal favorite level in the entire game. This is indeed a speedrun of every level completed in every intended way. So Sten beats his Castle 4 and is entering Forest of Illusion. Akisto unfortunately loses his P-Speed and has to take the multicultural shell. Orb is the green spear at the end of Second Ghost Ship that finishes the level. It's a bit of a meme in the community. I believe it was Dots that did this. I forget who it was, but someone had their mic off the entire stream, had a good amount of viewers, and then just leaned into the mic and whispered orb, and it scared everyone in chat. So now we all just do it now. Akisto's entering his Castle 7. This is probably the hardest level of the entire game. Especially this room 2. There is some RNG elements from where the magic cube spawns. Duck and duck. Very good. That was a very solid. Shouldn't speak too soon. Very solid Castle 7 from Akisto. Is there a way to know if a Boo House ghost level is a red dot? No, but all of them are except for the Vanilla Ghost House and the Choco Ghost House. Yeah, I repeat that Castle 7 is the hardest level in the game. So, huge props to him for nailing it in a race. It's hard to say who's winning because there are people taking different routes here, but Sten, I believe, is in the lead. So we have our last chance to yump. Yeah, we get one of the yumps. Shoutouts to Sten. Who's who? The people whose names are above the screen are the people who's playing. How is Sten going through the wall on the last level? So, I'll explain it next time, because it's easier to see it happen. So can you please explain the category? So, this category will beat every level in every intended way. It is our version of... Oh, we don't call this. It is 100%. Ooh, Stan got Forrest's Ghost House clip. That was the clip I was talking about 20 minutes ago. That is a pixel perfect trick. Who was Yump? Stan was Yump. Okay, so now, Forest of Illusion 2. He will grab his cape first, but then dismount against the ceiling, real quick. And then drop Yoshi, and move a little bit to the left. It'll move towards the wall. When it will try to correct Mario and Yoshi's position together, it will take Mario's X position and Yoshi's Y position, and place him inside the corner. All he has to do then is tap down in the direction towards inside the wall, and then tap A. Is speedrunning the GBA version of this game a thing? Yes, but it's much less common. Alright. Doing his zips. Oh wait, can you guys hear me alright? Just making sure everything's right. So Sten, I believe he tried to clip again. And did not get it. Alright, I just switched my mic out. I just switched mics to my spare. Can you tell us, Princess, what's going on? Ooh, first of all, Akisto was doing the Yellow Yoshi's rat. I'll say there's a bit of time. Who is winning? Again, Sten, I believe, is winning, but I'm hard. It's hard to say because I'm not completely sure where Akisto stands. Because he could get some time saves in things like Special World, but it's hard also because there's no way to compare them because they're different routes. I was hoping someone would notice that. Gosh darn it. So now Akisto's trying his tubular wings. It's stuck in the wall. Then he scribbles a screen to the right, and that stalls the P-switch to hit the block and do it to the left. Block dupe is a glitch. Gosh darn it, you guys. Yeah, Akisto did not do Arc, but he does get the chance at Ruby boss kill. I do want to see it. Oh, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have a flower. Never mind. So unfortunately, there's going to be no boss kills. Unless Akisto can do CMBK. Zeno, you asked your question? No, not really. Because there are two different routes going on here. Well, Sten finishes up his forest. Akisto is finishing a Special World. Akisto has 2 flyovers left in Special World. While Sten is about to enter Roy's castle. Because he's about to finish Roy's castle. There are glitches that aren't allowed. Yes, there are. So there's a glitch where you can trick the game into eating a clapping chuck as Fire Mario, and that will give you a item that will let you finish the level in your item box, which can be used to break the game a bit. And Sten is getting a very nice Roy Fly. Other tricks aren't allowed. There are just the cloud glitch, which lets you put a cloud in your item box, and just normal arbitrary code execution. The runners, Akisto was Swedish and Sten is Australian. Are they competing on different realms? Different worlds? Just because that they're taking different routes through the game. Due to preference. That's all. What else has Sten done that Akisto hasn't? Sten has done the second half of World 2 and 3. And Akisto has done World 6 and half of 7. That Sten hasn't. How long is the full run? About an hour 25 minutes. One of my friends directed me here because he's playing me times away. Well, we use glitches because they're faster and they're not banned. The major glitches major glitches are banned, but there are small glitches that can't be totally abused that we do use. They're playing these on original, I believe both are playing Super Famicoms. But yes, they are on original consoles. The world record is by Louis, is a 1:22:12. What's one major glitch in instant level 1 items? Well, those credits work for one thing. Oh, SNES Mini. So it's not a SNES Classic. That is a second. I guess I don't know the term for it, but it is a re-release that was made in the mid-90s. That is a smaller SNES. What worlds are they in? Akisto was in World 2 and Sten is in World 6. The biggest time losses so far. Akisto, he missed wings, so he had to change his route a little bit. Are emulators allowed? Yes. However, they are slower and neither player is using one. The biggest issue with emulator, though, is that there is a input delay. That there is a few frames of lag between when you press the button and when it's actually registered from in the game. The reason that they're slower is because the emulator has a slightly slower frame rate by hundredths of a frame. And over an hour, that adds up to be a handful of seconds. However, there are some emulators that are faster because they do not emulate lag, and those emulators are not allowed. Akisto does not jump on the green switch. So that is 1 out of 8 jumps, unfortunately. Our emulator is getting better. I mean, yeah, but at a much slower rate than one might expect. Mostly they're being optimized for testing right now, such as BizHawk, SNES. The record is 122.12 by Louis. For anyone who wants to use an emulator to get into this game, I recommend trying BizHawk, unless your computer is bad, in which case use SNES 9X. The thing about BizHawk is you can change the core that it uses. You can use the Higgins/BSNES core. You can use the SNES 9X core, etc. The Higgin core is the most accurate and the most recommended. Who has the most jumps? Sten has the most jumps. Who is winning? Sten is winning, although again, that is just a hypothesis. Because there is not a clear-cut answer because they use different routes. A jump is a one-frame jump off of a switch palette switch that does not save any time and is just swag. Fortunately, Sten did bonk at the end of room 1, but still decently clean. But Akisto is in Vinaldome 2, while Sten is in Chocolate Fortress. What's 96 doors? The term is 96 exits, and that is beating every level in every intended way. You find all the intended exits in the game. That's it. In essence, yes, there is, but there is some disagreement about what that means, so we don't use that term at all. I would say that the one with the most jumps wins in our hearts, but nothing more. Both players are on original hardware. Sten is on a Super Famicom, and Akisto is on a second generation SNES Mini. which is different from the SNES Classic. This arc is actually, I believe, most geared towards tassing. So Akisto's route is pretty nice in this level because after Special World, the red Koopa turns blue, which means you can fly through the level. Without any real issues. Akisto, he missed the Vanillum 1 wing glitch, which meant he had to go out of his way to get another Yoshi, and then come back to Vanillum 1. Yeah, it's worth noting that Sten's PB is a 1:22:32, which is 20 seconds off the record, and Akisto's PB is 1:22:38, which is 26 seconds off the record. And yes, Louis is from Italy. Victory. Kiss is making his way through Castle 3, while Sten is adventuring into World 7. Okay. How does the kids replace the Koopas with Marios? That sprite is changed once you beat Special World. The overworld color is changed. And some enemies' sprites are also changed. I did miss the orb. Does SNW have any RNG elements? Yes. Someone quickly explain orb. So, basically, where the sprite comes from the devs is it's supposed to be Boom Boom's orb from Mario 3. But the story of why we always hype around orb is someone, I think it was Dots, Dr. Cole P, who was silent the entire run. He had a lot of people in chat. Then he just leaned into the mic and whispered orb, and that scared everyone. So we just do that now. So now Stan's entering Valley Bowser 2, getting his last pair of Yoshi wings. Why are two levels being played at the same time? So there are two players racing this game, and they're taking different routes, and they're different worlds right now. It should sync up in about 5 minutes or so. Ooh, Sten's getting poverty slide. That was a bit rough, but he's through. The audio is staying on Akisto just to not feel disorienting. I know I personally like to not have audio constantly switching, so we just keep it on one person. At this point, who do you believe will have the better time? That's a tough question. I think Sten will have the better time. I still think Sten will have the better time. But we won't know for about 3 or 4 more minutes. In 3 or 4 more minutes, we'll know for sure who's in the lead. Akisto's gonna enter Star World for the last time. And finish the rest of the exits that he missed the first time. It really is tough to say who's in the lead here. I'm thinking about it, and Akisto actually might be in the lead. I think Sten knows that he needs to hurry up because he didn't get that spare cape. "96 exits. It means that you complete every level in every intended way. So now Sten's gonna attempt this Larry Room 2 here. This is a pretty similar... Ooh, and he gets bad RNG and loses his cape. Luckily though, there is a extra cape right here. So you gotta remember that there is a cutscene after this level. This is the first SNES run I've seen. There's one thing you need to look out for, and there is a clip in the next level that says 12 seconds that people may or may not go for. We'll see. Okay. And Akisto does turn out ahead. By about 8 seconds. Keep seeing them double jump in the air. When you spin fly, some of your meter is preserved. And you can... Ooh! Akisto gets the clip. And so does Sten. Oh my gosh, this race. Yeah, but no, the double jump is not a double jump. It's just shenanigans with the flight meter. $83 after you take off, you can mess around with your height. So that clip in the second room, there is a 2-frame window, and if you are early, you die. This is an insanely close race, actually. Picking up those coins and stuff matter during speedruns. No, not really. We just do it because there's nothing else to do. No, getting points does not waste time on the end goal. Although, sometimes what are the coins for? The coins are just there because they are. Get 100 coins, get a life. Dabs, we're doing backdoor. But, yeah. So, 2058. 5 seconds apart here. Five seconds apart. This is actually an insanely close race for an 96 exit. Huge congrats to both players for making it this far. Is there a Lunar Dragon race? Unfortunately not. That is a not very commonly run category. So what we're gonna see here is when Bowser stops to throw and we hit him with the Mega Koopa, his animation is interrupted and the game assumes that the ball has already been thrown and we skip the animation for it. So we're gonna try to get the runners in the voice chat.
Hello, I'm a runner.
Hello. So this is Sten. Akisto is about to join, I believe. So what do you think of that run?
Obviously there were some mistakes, mostly early on, like, losing cape to wings was a big one. Didn't let me, meant I couldn't do clip, and...
Did you see what Akisto did in wings?
I saw that he had no cape and had to go all over the place.
He lost both power-ups and then had to do secret exit, go to Star World 2, get a blue Yoshi, and then come back and do wings.
That's interesting.
I had to think of a way how to get Yoshi and the cape without losing too much time. Walking back to Yoshi's top secret area would take too long.
Yeah, I just ended up doing wings without I just got the wings with no cape and then skipped clip. Yeah,
well,
looks like
I failed. I tried to go back doing it no cape, and then I destroyed the blue shells. I couldn't fly up there. That was like my biggest mistake in the run, and I couldn't do GPK or Arc because no practice.
Did either of you know where the other was? When
no, I had the stream open. Although the thing is, with the different routes, I had no idea how things compared until we got to Valley of Bowser 2. And then you did Sandbar, right?
And then both of you got Sandbar.
Yeah, I figured it looked like I'd take the lead if I got Sandbar, but then you did it too.
Yeah, it would have. The one who got Sandbar would have won.
Yeah. But yeah, you had that 6-second lead or so, and that was enough.
Not even triple.
Not even triple. I got. Did you get screwed by RNG anywhere?
Bad RNG in Larry Room 2.
Oh yeah, I
lost cape in Larry.
I didn't even know if that was really RNG. That was I messed up my execution a bit there, which would have messed up Magic Koopa slightly.
I did not get Forest of Illusion wings.
Neither did I, actually. I went for them once and got P-Balloon and dropped the shell.
Same.
I did get Forest Ghost House clip once.
That was...
Whoa! Did you actually go for it?
You got it.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the first one, missed the second.
It was a great race.
Yeah, GG.
I feel like I played really well.
Yeah, aside from a
not
few
playing
mistakes,
this game for a long time.
Aside from a few mistakes, I'm definitely happy with how I played.
I couldn't do Arc or GPK because I haven't practiced this enough.
I just missed all of them.
Yeah,
anyway.
There were no boss kills this run. That would have been cool to show off. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up for us. That's Super Mario World. Thanks all for watching.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and me. Just a good
that
race.
was a fun race to commentate. Thanks to chat for keeping things interesting. And I'm gonna pass it on to the next game.